Hello, the title of my presentation is Attaining Foundational Literacy and Numeracy for Classes 1 and 2. As per the recent National Education Policy 2020, the ability to read and write and to perform basic operations with numbers is the necessary foundation and indispensable prerequisite for all future and lifelong learning. So, what is the implication of both the terms? Foundational literacy is related to skills needed to read and write, which include phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. Foundational numeracy is the ability to reason and to apply simple numerical concepts. Basic numeracy skills consist of comprehending fundamental arithmetical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Firstly, we talk about foundational literacy. Foundational literacy can be achieved if students are able to identify letters, identify initial or final words, read non-words, read familiar words, listen with comprehension, orally read with fluency and comprehension. Here are glimpses of few activities which were undertaken in the class. Letter M was introduced in the class and the students were asked to draw pictures related to the letter. In these pictures you can see a few words which are beginning with Hindi letter M. M se mandir, machli, mithai, matka, murgi, मम्मी, मास्क और बहुत सारे अनेक शब्द. The next activity which was undertaken was lockdown diary. The students were asked to write the vocabulary related to the lockdown. Few words which we can see over here are social distancing, mask and sanitizer, infection, virus, hygiene, quarantine, pandemic, vaccine, isolation. Next activity which was undertaken was thumb printing. This was an art integrated activity in which the students were asked to use thumb printing technique to prepare various animals and then name them one by one. Another activity which was undertaken in the class was origami. Stories were narrated to students and then they were guided to either draw or use the origami technique to exhibit their creativity. Another activity which was undertaken was story illustrations. The students illustrated the story through their creativity and imagination. You can see over here few illustrations from the story The Red Raincoat, My Best Friend. In addition to the above activities carried out in the class, a lot of emphasis is given to reading, speaking, and writing abilities to enhance the foundational literacy skills. Hence, foundational literacy skills are the building blocks to other skills and they give children the foundations to access higher order skills and other parts of the curriculum. Next, we talk about foundational numeracy. Foundational numeracy can be achieved if students are able to identify numbers, discriminate between numbers, find missing numbers, solve addition problems, solve subtraction problems, solve word problems. You can have a glimpses of few activities which were undertaken in the class. The first activity taken over is count and write. The students were apprised about counting from abstract to concrete, and the same is reflected in the work you can see here from the pictures. The next activity which was undertaken was patterns. Patterns were taken up in the class through an art integrated work. From the picture you can see colorful patterns were drawn by the students. Another activity was number comparison, and this activity was undertaken to strengthen foundational numeracy amongst students. Here you can say another activity, shapes. The students were given the guidance to create shape-related drawings and things. Beautiful creations by the students. Hence, foundational numeracy skills are the ability to reason and to apply simple numerical concepts. It is the ability to recognize numbers and undertake numerical operations and reasoning in mathematics. Summing up, foundational literacy and numeracy skills will help the students to amalgamate their skills in the classroom learning for a better future. And to achieve this, early year practitioners need to ensure to develop innovative and sound classroom processes and pedagogical interventions for the learners. We can enhance the quality learning of our primary learners if we all adopt innovative ways and ideologies towards the common goal of achieving foundational literacy and numeracy as envisaged under National Education Policy 2020. Here I would like to quote a famous quote by Frank Herbert: "One learns from books and example only that certain things can be done. Actual learning requires that you do those things. Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. Together we can." Thank you so much. This was the presentation from me. Hope you all like it. Thank you once again.